definitely lost hundreds.
What's up, it's Dolphin Cakes, and welcome to my podcast.
Oh my god, it's dolphin kicks out of hibernation. I don't even know if dolphins actually do hibernation, but it is what it is. I'm finally back on the videos, back on the podcast. After a while, I know I've kind of stopped doing content. A lot of work at Central, a lot of very boring administration stuff, really boring stuff. You guys know my favorite thing is to be in store and greet you guys in. But right now, sometime when running a company, you need to sit down and read some papers and do shit like that. But right now, I'm gonna update you at least on what happens behind the scenes. Today's podcast, pretty much, I just want to give you an update because I did not know that, but a lot of people just think we're making crazy bank. What I'm saying by that is they see there's a lot of people that don't know what Central been, they don't know who's Central, and they think that everything is just perfect now and we're just there selling sneakers and we're making a shit ton of money. And they don't understand that it comes with a lot of downsides that you guys don't necessarily see on the screen or on the Instagram or in the store, but there's a lot of shit that actually happens that we have to go through to be able to, at the end of the day, being able to be the main provider in Quebec for pairs of sneakers. What I'm saying is I'm gonna go back a year from now or even further from now. I'm gonna go back when there was the first lockdowns, and I'm gonna explain why that was a huge problem for us at Central. So now that COVID's kind of over, feeling a bit more free to talk about it. So let's get into it. Let's get into that topic. You can also let me think in the comments what you think about COVID. Let's get some fights and whatever. But okay, so first, let me explain that when the first lockdown happened, it was in March 2020, right? 20? But when it started, okay, so I'll explain you the position, okay? So a month before, months before, we're looking for finally to get that space we dreamed of on St. Catherine. We walk around, I find a space, we make a deal. He's about to send me the deal signed from the landlord, and once again he tells me, oh sorry, we just rented it to a bubble tea shop. And I was like, because I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but when we used to be downstairs in the old store, this little pop-up place, we're supposed to move in a bigger place, but last minute, when we were about to sign for a bigger deal, remember at that time I was 17, the landlord got another offer from a video game. No disrespect, I have nothing against you guys, but the video game, the other offer was from a company that was creating a video game, and they took the space we wanted, that we already had the deals ready. I had the lease, and when I was supposed to sign it, he told me, oh, sorry, I rented it to someone else. The company of the video game was named The Lost Poop. So Central, we lost our space that was a huge store for a company that was called The Lost Poop. No disrespect, but that's what happened. So that's why we had to stay in that super small store for a long time, and then we ended up moving afterwards. So that's what happened the first time. Second time, the same thing again, but it's a bubble tea shop and on St. Catherine. And what happens with that is that we lost the space. So once again, I continue looking around St. Catherine, and I finally find a new spot, which was, and then I called the landlord. We ended up making a deal. Not the landlord, the broker. You know who you are. Thanks again for that space. You made us open a lot of doors. So we got that space, we signed it, we did the super big deposit, a lot of money, and then lockdown. So all the time that we were supposed to be preparing the new store or open the new store, we just went straight into lockdown. And just for an idea, the space when we used to be downstairs used to be a few $1,000s. Definitely in the 4 digits. But when we're talking St. Catherine, you're not getting anything without being in 5 digits in rent. You're not getting anything. And you're barely getting something when you start being in the 5 digits. So just for you to have an idea, when you're having to pay those months, sometimes you have to pay those months, but the store's closed. We can't open because of a lockdown. Let me tell you why we weren't, and some guys in the comments are going to tell me, yes, but the government was helping. Let me tell you exactly how the government works. Quebec, that's Quebec, that's not Canada, that's Quebec. Quebec was helping out the businesses that lost revenue during the lockdowns. The problem is that they take your numbers from the year before. So the year before we did certain numbers in March, and then the year after, when we had Sherbrooke in Quebec, we ended up and we went into lockdown. We went crazy online. So we spent thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to go online and have our website running with ads so people could see what we have, to be able to create those same numbers we were making the year before. So because we didn't do less money than the year before, but we had a new store in St. Catherine to pay, and a new store in Quebec to pay, and a new store in Sherbrooke to pay, and still having the old Montreal store to pay, and the storage units in the Montreal store to pay, so 5 leases. So we're talking about dozens of thousands of dollars. So definitely in the multiple 5 digits right after doing the deposit as well. And we have to pay that in the blue because the government is not helping us, but we still need to pay it. So we're losing a lot of money at that point. But it all ended up paying when, you guys obviously know, we open downtown. And when we open downtown, man, you have to be there to understand. When we open downtown, we open downtown. That's all I have to say. If you didn't watch the video, you didn't do your homework, just go on Instagram, you'll see, you'll understand. Summer 2020 was a vibe at Central. You just can't say anything else. That year is non-recreable. It's a one-time thing. If you couldn't come to Central in that summer, I'm sorry for you. This didn't happen. It's not gonna happen again. So we get that crazy summer, we do those sales, and same thing happened. After we're like, okay, we're gonna open in Laval. Carrefour Laval, the best mall in the province. We do that super big deposit. We open and we're like, okay, we're gonna pay a lot of money to get Laval done. Renovations in Laval are high. There's not a single place in Quebec that in retail you're gonna have to pay more to be in Carrefour Laval. And it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Sorry, I can't tell details, but super expensive. It's super expensive to be in Carrefour Laval. And the store's small too, so you have an idea. We open Black Friday. You guys already know what it was. This is a bit like downtown 2020. I mean, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. You just can't go around it once again. It was a vibe. Black Friday, we had the lineup all around the mall. It was crazy. Then you guys know what happened. After the 26th of November, Black Friday, until the 24th of December, again, another lockdown. The thing is when you're in retail, you know that your Boxing Day is super important, and your first week of January is super important because people still don't have school yet. But no, they removed it again from our payload. So once again, like I told you guys earlier, the government is only looking at the numbers you did last year to compare yourself with. So how in that period of time of January we had to pay, let me remind you, downtown, Laval, Sherbrooke, Quebec, the old downtown place, and the old storage space we had downtown. You know, that's an old store because it took us some months to get out of there. So 6 leases, all non-operational during that time. So once again, we went crazy online and we did those sales online. But because now that we made more sales online than we did the year before, when we used to be like underground in a little store downtown, we like not even the full big store. Because our sales online were doing more than the little store downtown, we couldn't again get the money from the government to pay our rent. So we had to pay, I'm not gonna say numbers, but we're definitely talking, with all COVID, we definitely lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just so you know. So everything you see on camera, it might be great, but sometimes behind the scene, to be able to provide that much to you guys, there's a lot of things that happens behind the scene, whereas there's a big losses of money that happen. And you know what? That's something you don't need to know, but when some people think that everything is great and we're just doing mad cash and we're having no downside, I'm telling you, if you're in business, there's gonna be downsides. But that's not what that counts. What that counts is how many times you can get up and win with even after those downsides. Because nobody's gonna cheer you up when you lose. People are gonna cheer you up when you win. So, like again, in business, there's downsides, and people won't necessarily be there for you when there's downsides. But when there's upsides, I can guarantee you that you have as much love and hate from both sides. But like I said like I say in life, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. So Thank you for everybody supporting. Thank you for the haters. See you next time in the next video, next podcast. Dolphin Kicks is back on the camera. Big announcement coming soon. When I say big announcement coming soon, you guys have an idea what it is, but not necessarily. So I'm gonna see. Bye. Pow. Oh, what a net. Pow. Pow. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. I got another end. Okay.